All right, welcome everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the Sunday Stock Talk. We're getting a very, very late start here. I'm sorry for that. After I did that last one, I took a little nap, ate some food, and then I got to watch Nate's recap. So let's prepare for the upcoming week, Money Monday. What stocks are we going to look at? To start things off, I just posted a couple pictures, something to think about. I'm a sucker for quotes, motivational quotes. So, to kick things off, this is just something to think about. The American dream we've been sold is to buy a house for $300,000, get a college degree for $100,000, and a nice car for $30,000. That's almost $500,000 on all borrowed money. I'm convinced it's a setup. It is a setup. Don't go into debt because then you're enslaved to that debt. You're going to be paying it back. Cash is king. So stack cash, buy a beater, ride the heck out of that beater. Cash is king. We'll leave it at that. And then when life knocks you down, roll over and look up at the stars. Life works in mysterious and funny ways. You can't beat yourself up over something that happens that's out of your control. So laugh at yourself, have a sense of humor about things, and move on, grow from it. All right, so going on to the Monday chat. One of the first ones we'll talk about is VCNX. And Nate covered this in the recap. This was a big short squeeze right out of the open. There was all kinds of promotional newsletters going out about this stock. And right out of the open, right there, at $6, this ran all the way up just over $8, pulled back to $7.50, surged up over $8, and grinded all the way up over $9. It failed a couple times at that $9.30 level. If you're buying up here, you're chasing the stock. You're letting your emotions get the best of you. And look what happened. At 9:30, this thing flushed all the way down to $8. So in a blink of an eye, it flushed down $1.30. If you're holding a big position, and that's like 1,000 shares, 2,000 shares, ooh, that's gonna hurt. So sometimes you have to take a step back and realize how much the stock just ran up. This was just at $4.50 pre-market, and it ran all the way up to $9.50. A $5 push to the upside from 8:30, 8:40 to 9:50s. So 1 hour nonstop. It just ran and ran and ran and ran. And it exhausted itself. It really did. Everybody attacked it hardcore out of the open. Every single candle was having an average volume of 3 million, 3.5 million. That's insane. People are just flooding into the stock. Buy, 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 buy. And when you get overextended pushes like that and the stock overextends itself and gets exhausted, look at that fade. All the way down to just under $6. Gets a nice, tiny $1 bounce. And then after that, continues to fade down all the way to 450s. So going into Monday, look for shorts to cover on this for a potential another little squeeze and a pop to the upside. This could bounce back up to $6, 650, around that area. That's for where I'd be looking for this to bounce at. And then TAOP, that was another hot one in the morning. As a day trader, remember, we're here to just trade these stocks and move on. I'm not here to emotionally marry these stocks. I'm not looking to hold on to these stocks for a half hour, hour. I want to get in, make my money, and get out, move on to the next one. That's my mindset as a day trader. I don't care what this company does. I don't care what they do. I don't care how many people work for this company. That's the type of mindset that you have to have as a trader. And this is why I call myself Mr. Wolf. I'm ruthless. I have the mindset of thinking like a wolf. I'm here to eat, and I'm going to do whatever is necessary to eat. So look what we had here. Right out of the open, this stock pushes up and surges up into a halt from 7 up to 850, reopens, pushes up to $9, $2 move to the upside the first 15 minutes the market's open, pulls back to just under $8 here, and we get one more good push all the way up to 950 from 750. So another $2 move right there, another opportunity. And then after that, it was just game over. This stock just faded off and everybody forgot about it. And there's probably people bag holding now and holding on to it and hoping that the stock bounces back up. It may do that, it may not. Who knows how long it will take. Looks like I have the Alright, looks like we got some new subscribers. Thanks for joining, guys. Oh, that's what I have. I have the alert box off. Usually if somebody subscribes to the channel, I have a cool Rick and Morty thing that pops up. But thanks for subscribing, guys. I had it off. Alright, so let's talk about EOLS. Move on to the next one. I'm going to try to move as quickly as possible because it's already 9 at night. EOLS, morning push, kept running into a few halts. The rest of the day, it just consolidated. Consolidated from 1150 up to 13. Just back and forth, back and forth. Probably going into Monday, this is probably going to gap up. So if you swung this, you're probably looking at a gap up. That's my guess. You could see here on the 10-minute, just set up a wedge all day. I wasn't looking for this to maybe break at the end of the day and go on a nice squeeze run, but they held on to it and kept it pretty tight, even into after hours. So Monday, what I'm going to be looking on this, gap up. Maybe when the market opens, look for a dip buying opportunity, maybe a morning sell-off, and then for that push up even higher. So I'm going to keep EOLS on watch Monday. And then EBON, it was pretty much kind of doing the same thing EOLS was doing. Friday, it was just consolidating and setting up from 12 to 1250. It failed right here, came down to 11s, pushed back up to 12, but then failed at the end of the day. But what have we been seeing in the stock market? We've been seeing stocks fail and then ultimately come back and squeeze shorts. So we're in a very strong bullish momentum market right now. When these stocks fail, people ain't selling. They're holding on to their positions or even adding on to their positions. So that's why we've been seeing a lot of stocks have just ultimate comebacks, squeeze shorts, and just continue to push up even higher. I mean, look at, for an example, NCTY. This has just been pushing up nonstop from 850s. This is about to be hitting $100. Look at that. Look at that line up move here on the 10-minute. That's just insane right here. Insane. What's another one? Riot. Riot looked like it was going to fail and fall off right here from 80 all the way down to 58. It came right back up to the highs, up at 80, and now it's just hanging around looking for that push up to that $100. UAVS. Look what they did here on this. Look at that 10-minute. So the stock has been a popular stock for a while. And then recently, right here, it fell off and everybody started dumping it. All right here. Everybody dumped it. From that 1450s level, this sold off all the way down to almost $8. And from that $8, it ripped all the way back up to 1150. These sell-offs are sick. This area right here I want to focus on. See how it was just at 1150s right here. And it had this sick sell-off from 1150 down to $9. Little pathetic bounce right there. And then boom, just drives down even lower to around $8. And from that, they brought it all the way back up to the area it originally crashed down from. So imagine being that guy. You got so freaked out and didn't sell when it was starting to fall all right here. You didn't sell into the first bounce and you held it. And you're that guy that sold down here. And now the stock came all the way back up to where you were sitting right there. See the types of games that they play with your mind and when you're in a position and when you're down like that, it really hurts. So you got to learn how to adapt your mind to think differently than everybody else. This is where you're going to start making your money. So Glue 6, what you got your eyes on for today? Trades? Right now we're just going over some stocks to have on watch for Monday. Going over potentially what I'll be watching going into tomorrow morning. So VUZI, I want to cover that one real quickly. VUZI had a nice squeeze right here from 1750 up to 2050 after hours. VUZI's been in play for a while. I mean, look at that. Going back to December, it was at $4, ran all the way up to 11, then consolidated for a good month, popped up, broke up to the upside, pulled back, and then grinds all the way back up to new highs. I mean, even look at that daily chart. Look at that. So this is on the verge of breaking out to all-time new highs. Or it is breaking out to all-time new highs. So breaking over that mental $20, look for it to keep on pushing up 25, 30. So VUZI I'm going to have on watch also. And then at the end of the day, Friday, Watt was a runner. It's like a 40 million float. But look at that big rounding bottom that it had right here. All at around this $5 area. Popped up to a high here, had a 6 sell-off, bounce, morning sell-off, and then just gradually throughout the day, it finally leveled out, perks up, starts getting that momentum, and curving out all right here. Making that rounding bottom, and it just gets that momentum. And right here is when it started exploding and taking off, right there. When it crossed up over that 6, which was a high right here, starts exploding up over that 6 and runs all the way up to 750. And then going into the close, if we zoom in on this, look what it started doing here too. It looked like it was wanting to round out right here as well and maybe push up towards that $10. But it got too close to the end of the day, and people don't want to hold on to positions over the weekend. People don't want to trade after hours. Volume's normally lighter on Fridays, but people gave up on it. Now look, it's back down to 6 after hours. Who knows where this is going to gap up or gap down to on Monday. It's also got a bigger float too at 40 million, so don't forget about that. LYL, nice move. Friday, light volume from 285 all the way up to 385. Look at this 10-minute chart. Maybe it could push up to 4. If it can get up and above 4, this could rerun back up to 5, but you need volume to push into it. I have this on watch because I heard or seen Nate mention it, so I'm going to keep eyes on it as well. MOGO. Looks like it's trying to gear up and break up over that 1150. This is another stock, again, that's just went on an epic run. From 4 up to 1150. Yeah, let it gear up and prove to us that it wants to keep pushing up. If it can hold up above $10.50, $11 and break up through that 1150 and then hold that 1150 as support, I'll be interested. SINO. Now this one is an interesting one. If you're going after breakouts, high of day breakouts with this stock here, you're going to fail all the time. I mean, look at all the hints that this stock is giving you. It likes to just make U shapes and fail. There's a lot of them on this chart. Oh my goodness. So U shape here, fail. U shape here, fail. U shapes up and around here again, fail. U shape here, fail. U shape here, fail. U shape here, fail. It did gap up, and it had a U shape right here, fail. U shape, fail. U shape, fail. Look at it how many times it's showing you that it just loves to U shape. That's all it likes to do. So pay attention to the chart, and it's telling you the personality that the stock likes to have. It just likes to U shape. That's all it likes to do. And if you're that guy that just consistently tries and tries and tries to buy that breakout, buy that breakout, buy that breakout, and you're just not learning, I mean, I'd give it up. This isn't for you. You can't pay attention to details for nothing. So don't be that guy that's trying to buy a breakout when the stock has shown you over and over and over and over again that it just doesn't like to break out. That's the type of personality that the stock has. I mean, am I wrong? So keep NC or SINO on watch. Pullbacks, sell into resistance. Pullback, sell into resistance. I mean, everybody else is doing it on this stock. But it is getting pretty tight. If it can hold up at $10, $9.50. What's the float? 12.4 million. So just keep an eye on this stock. I'll just say that. VIOT, it's still hanging around. It's probably going to get a squeeze going in on it. Shorts probably thought it was done right here. It failed right here, came back up, failed at high of day, fell down below VWAP, but after hours, they brought it all the way back up. So look for VIOT to test $20 this upcoming week, Monday. Keep it on watch. And it's important to note right now, and Nate pointed this out in his video, usually the saying goes 90% of people lose money consistently in the stock market. But lately, the past 6 months, it's been flipped. 90% of people are making money in the stock market. If you look everywhere, everybody's making money. Everybody's having record days, record years. They're getting more confidence. This is going to end badly. Trading right now is easy. This is so easy because momentum is all in our favor. These stocks, all you have to do is buy them and they just keep going and going and going. They never fail. An example of that we just covered in this just recently, Riot. When that looked like it was going to fall off right here. See how it uptrended all the way up? And then it looked like it was failing right here? Well, look what happened. It came right back. And now it's looking maybe to test its old highs. So everybody's winning and making money in this market and nobody's selling. Nate's saying that he thinks it will continue all of 2021. We're literally in the beginning still, and there's a lot of time. But for me, I'm going to still keep my guard up to protect myself. I'm still going to be aggressive, but I'm going to be alert and observing at all times what's going on. Last week, there was a lot of failed continuation in a lot of the stocks. The first 30 minutes all week, we would see a lot of stocks surge up and they just had failed follow through and they would just fade off as the day went on. Or we woke up to stocks just having parabolic gap ups like GTEC. Look at that. Parabolic gap ups and then just fade as the day went on. GTEC, SCKT. I mean, that was just a supernova runner there. But pay attention to what's going on and be very observant at all times. Well, if you're new and just learning, you got so much going on. But when I get on Twitter and I look at all of these other gurus that are out there, there's just a lot more people having success compared to normal because it's been easy. It's been stupid easy. And I'm not just tooting my horn here. You could literally, like, it's insane. But there were people that got wrecked, like GameStop, SNDL, AMC. You know, these believers. And take these as warning signs. Things ain't just going to keep going up forever. And then when it stops working and when everything starts to fade off, it's a hard fall. I mean, look at GameStop. It really had no bounces or no green days since it topped out at $400. It's just been a straight decay all the way down to $38. Same thing with AMC. Just a straight fade and decay. So look at these as warning signs for when the party stops. I'm not trying to be a buzzkill, but it's pay attention. Don't be that arrogant person that thinks everything's just going to keep going up and up and up, and everything's just going to keep getting better and better and better. Sure, it can, but always be scared. I will say that. Keep your guard up. Don't ever get comfortable. BlackBerry, wasn't that one of those meme stocks? If it's a popular stock with Wall Street Bets or Reddit, it's a garbage stock. I mean, look at SNDL. That was the next popular stock after everybody was hyped on GameStop, AMC, Nokia. They all started pumping and hyping up SNDL. And now look, it hit $4 and then it's just been a straight decay all the way down to $1. It's insane. But the big runner last week, SCKT. Let's see. We had one little bounce on it right here. See the big move it did here? And then it had a red day. And on the third day right here, right in the morning, from 12, it ran all the way up to almost $16. A $4 move to the upside right there. From just paying attention to these parabolic runners the following days. I mean, the first, 9:45 it topped out. So 15 minutes after that market opened, this stock ran up. After that, it was over with. And then here, oh shoot, I don't know what I did here. I've never even seen that. That was just a crazy day here. From $10 all the way up to $35.50. Look at the opportunity on that. That's insane. When was this? On the 16th? So on the 16th, I think that was right. No, that was the 17. I want to say it was right here. I traded it here. I had a $10,000 dollar day profit here with it, and then SCKT here. This day I lost 2,000 on it, but then here SCKT I made 14,000. So total I made what, like 22,000 on SCKT. I mean, that's opportunity right there. Come on. That's why I always say, guys, study these parabolic runners and you'll be able to take care of or take advantage of it for when something like that pops up again. Glue 6, if you were able to give me the ticker symbol for BlackBerry, that would help out tremendously. Let me see. I gotta do something here real quick. All right. We also had Kappa. Kappa was a mover last week. Right here. From 16 up to $25. And then at the end of the day, having a nice run right here. I know Armanda in chat was able to just destroy it on Kappa here. All right, BB. If BB is under $1, I swear. All right, $10. Oh man, that stock looks dead, homie. I'm not gonna lie. I could be wrong, but this chart does not look good at all. BlackBerry was popular in like 2000 when it had the Sidekick or the flip phones. So I don't see BlackBerry really doing anything. I think they're dying down and dying out. I could be wrong. I don't know much about the company. But the last time I heard of BlackBerry, man, I was just entering middle school, high school. And I'm 32 now. And then we got CAN. Keep watch on CAN. I mean, there's just so many stocks to keep an eye on. Look at this ramp from 5 up to 25. You know, a saying that always stuck with me: if you pay attention to garbage, you're going to be producing garbage. Pay attention to the stocks that are producing and pushing. That's where you want to focus. So focusing on a stock like CAN, for an example, I mean, this stock has been pushing nonstop, just up since February 2nd. So all month of February, this has just been pushing up. while BB has just been selling off just nonstop since the end of January when it topped out here at 28. Had a nasty sell off down to $13. That's a nasty drop right there. I mean, that's like half of its move right there. No bounce and just continues to fade off. People ain't going to want to keep watching a stock like that. So you got to think, what's going to get people's attentions? What's going to keep bringing people back? A stock like BB in this chart, that's not going to bring people back to this chart. There's no money to be made here. Compared to, again, CAN, people are going to keep coming back to this because it keeps going up and up and up and up and up. So that's why BB, BlackBerry, got pumped up like that, was because of GameStop. Okay. Raul Alcaron says, like the way you trade, would like to see you live more often. You know, I've been thinking about that a lot lately. I think I am going to do it in the near future, but I'm not going to do it for free. Absolutely not. BB is a totally different company than the flip phone days. And BB has a webinar with Amazon on Tuesday. That's, I mean, you can have a webinar with anybody. That I wouldn't really get too excited about that. You're going to notice with a lot of these garbage companies, they're going to put a lot of fluff news presses out there to try to sucker in people to get hyped on the stock. You know, don't emotionally marry these stocks, guys. They're garbage companies. That's all they are. They're either just starting up or they're on their way out the door, and their main focus is to just get that money. Just like how we are. We're out here trading to get that money. Why they call it the Wolf of Wall Street. It's a ruthless world out here in a game. So you have to think and be ruthless in your thinking, and you got to think ahead at what human nature is going to do. Because human nature has proven patterns over and over and over and over again. Look at all the stock market crashes, the dot-com boom, the Bitcoin boom, and, you know, oh, I forgot to do something real quick. Last week, guys, we opened up the chat for everybody. So going into next week, everything will be closed back up and it'll be for members only. If you guys are interested in join the YouTube channel, either Discord chat or the masterclass. Get into the Discord, send Mr. Wolf a message, and we'll unlock the chat for you. And then to give you guys a heads up, Dub actually put out a really good video Saturday. Right here. Day traders inside the Trading Learning 101 Discord room. He's got a good idea that he wants to start up and run with. I'm going to let him have full control with it, do with it what he wants, maybe start up his own little thing from it. I'm all for that. But he made a nice little video here highlighting all the members in the chat, and I'm really looking forward to the idea that he has here. And this video, it was very well done. You guys can find it in the testimonials section. So it's right there. Feel free to watch it. Hit the thumbs up on it. Show Dub some love. And give him a subscribe. We were just talking about that like a month ago when GameStop was squeezing. We said, watch. Now that everybody's seen how much short interest there was on GameStop, everybody's going to be looking for all these stocks with big short interest, and they're all going to think it's going to explode like GameStop. It doesn't work like that. The stock market is revolved around supply and demand. If you don't have that demand factor there, nothing's going to happen. But don't get me wrong, that BB, it very well could run, go crazy, go supernova parabolic, but chances are slim. And I'm going to stick to the statistics rather than crossing my fingers and hoping. I'm here to consistently make money and move on to the next stock and ticker. Focus on something new that pops up every day. That's the way I like to roll. You don't get emotionally tied up and married into these companies. Something new pops up every day. You just keep going. Like GTEC. It was hot. This day, you trade it, you move on. SCKT. It was hot this day. You trade it, you move on. Because look what happened. They fade off, they go right back down to where they came from, and something new pops up. Like WATT. Something like that. You trade the opportunity, you move on. Bada boom, bada bang. So you guys, here in the Discord, if you're brand new to the channel, go into the roles here, verified members, view server as role. So if you're a verified member, you're not a member of the Discord, the only thing that you're going to have access to is the Traders Lounge. And that's pretty much it. You'll get to see all of the educational channels that I have for free. I mean, they're filled with all kinds of great stuff. But by becoming a member, chat member, view server as role, you open up the daily chat, the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This is where we are throughout the week. So Monday, we will all be in here. We'll be calling out stocks, what we're looking at, what we're trading, setups that we spot, posting pictures of charts. I'm always giving little lessons in the daily chat. So Friday, you can see we were talking about volume, taking screenshots of charts with price action and volume, circling it, making notes, and sharing it all with each other. This is the stuff that we do in here on a daily basis. We're in here to help each other grow, motivate each other, learn from each other. You have multiple eyes in the market. We're all working together as a team. That's the whole purpose of this. So I charge to have access to this. And when you sign up, you're showing me that you're dedicated and you want to be a part of this. I've tried for so long and so many times just opening this for free for everybody. And to be honest, you get people that come in that only want hot stock picks. They don't want to take it seriously. They want to spam the chat. They want to ask just ridiculous questions that they could easily look up themselves. They bug, spam the chat with nonsense. And then when you do put time and effort into somebody, then they just up and leave. And it's like, dude, I just took all this time out of my own personal day and broke all this stuff down and taught it to you the past 4 months. And then you just dip out. It's like, what? Really? So that's when I just said, screw it. If people really want to be here, they're going to have to prove it to me. And then, see right here, we're showing chart patterns. Like, hey, Mr. Wolf, what do you think of this watt on the 1 minute? You think it's setting up a nice wedge? You think it's got the possibility of pushing up higher? Yeah, that's a good chart there, Hawk Driver. Let's all keep that on watch. Sharing memes, calling out stocks, having fun, laughing. I mean, this is what building a community is all about. Coming together as one and just being a strong unit. The whole time GameStop had its pop, I didn't trade it one time. I didn't. I've seen it happen so many times. Everybody always gets that FOMO. And they look back and say, wow. The first thing that somebody says when they see a chart like this is, wow, look at how much money I could have made. All this right here, that's the only thing that they see. Look at how much money I could have made. I could have bought 1,000 shares at $20 and I could have sold it up here at $500. In reality, that's impossible. Nobody's going to hold on to a position like that. I mean, even that Roaring Kitty guy, he never even sold his position when it was up here. And he's still holding on to it down here. You want to know why? Because he knew he was screwed. He knew if he sold his position up there, he was going to prison. Straight up. It's kind of ironic. Let's look at his channel real quick, guys. You gotta consider yourself a detective in this game. You're putting together pieces of the puzzle to help tell the story. Roaring Kitty is his name. So if you go back and look at all of his videos, look at every single one of his videos. Every one. From 5 months ago, 6 months ago. They're all GameStop. All of them. Every single video is about GameStop. He was even talking about GameStop. Let's see. The first time he mentioned GameStop, right here. On his 12th video, he started mentioning GameStop. And then from there, every single video. GameStop, 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 GameStop. 4 months ago, 6 months ago, back in the summer, he had to have known something. He had to have. This is what we call a promoter. This guy was promoting GameStop to get it going, to get people's attention on it. There's nobody out there that's going to fall so in love with the company and just talk about it nonstop every single video. There's nobody out there. Nobody. Either he got very, 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 very lucky or he knew something. That's why when you see him on TV right now in that conference, he's shitting bricks. He's scared as can be. You could see it in his face, his eyes. That dude, that's why he didn't sell. Because he loaded up all down here at $20. He was buying. I mean, this guy, look at this daily. So 6 months ago, that was back in June, July, I would say, to be honest. He was buying all right here. That's where he was loading up. All right here. And he started making all those videos. And the whole time this stock went all the way up, he didn't sell any shares. And then he watched it go all the way down. Now down to here. And he's still holding. And he's still actually saying he'd buy more shares if he could. People talking about it on news outlets. You go to work, everybody's talking about it. It's too late. It's too late. And look what happened. Look at Bitcoin. AZN Boy X says, big respect for you, Wolf. You were preaching no FOMO when GameStop popped. You always preach the trader mental game. AZN Boy X also says, then most got left holding the bag, but you made record gains not trading GameStop. Appreciate it, man. Really do. I study my butt off with this stuff. Ask anybody, any member in chat. I'm always studying, preparing, observing. I'm here every single day. I take no days off. And then even when I do say I'm going to take a day off or a week off, I always show back up because I always need to keep an eye in the market. That first hearing, it was like, what, 5 hours long, 6 hours long? I watched like 2.5 hours of it. You know, it was pretty boring, to be honest. But, I mean, it was something to listen to. The CEO from Robinhood, I mean, that dude, he's scared out of his mind too. You could just tell it in their body language and the way they talk. You really can. That's another thing. Like when I got involved in learning about the stock market and learning about psychology, I really dove into it. I dove into human nature, uh psychology, mass psychology, body language, how to tell when people like I got really deep into that stuff because it's just fascinating. It's fascinating to know how to tell if somebody's telling you the truth versus somebody who's telling you a lie. You know, somebody who's telling you the truth, they'll look to the side, and what they're doing is they're looking back in their head to retell that memory. They're looking for that stored memory in their head. But if somebody's looking you straight in the eyes and they're just telling you straight the history of what happened, it's a lie. Or if they don't make eye contact with you when you're talking with them, they're lying. There's still a lot of people out there that use Robinhood. They ain't going nowhere. But, I mean, you guys, I preach it all the time, guys. Educate yourself about this game because a lot of those Robinhood traders, they don't know the ins and outs of this game. They got screwed out of a lot of money, but that's their own fault because they didn't properly educate themselves. I mean, who is going to put up their rent money and deposit it into Robinhood and gamble it away and then get upset and want to race, get mad at Robinhood? I mean, that makes no sense. You took your rent money and deposited it into Robinhood. And now that you've lost it, you want to be upset about it. That's like being the dude who takes the football home because nobody picked him to be on the team. You know what I'm saying? All right, I'm done ranting and raving, guys. It's getting late. We got to get some rest because tomorrow's a big day. It's Money Monday. For you members, I'll see you guys in the Monday chat. The rest of you guys, be safe out there. Remember, have a plan every single trade. Know where you're going to take profits, know when you're going to cut it for a loss, and take it day by day. Don't revenge trade, don't get FOMO. If you're under PDT rule, I know it sucks, and I know it sucks to burn a day trade if you're under PDT rule, but you have to cut those losers as soon as possible and move on. You have to. Don't be that guy holding and hoping. I just had a guy comment, I think it was OCGN. Well, I had a guy comment about OCGN. He bought a position and then the company did an offering and now he's stuck holding the bag and he don't know if he should sell or buy or sell, cut his losses, or hold on to it. Well, I asked him, did you have a plan before you entered that trade? Did you have a profit target? And did you have a stop loss? He said no. So after saying that, I said, dude, I'm not going to predict or try to tell you what's going to happen with this stock. It could do anything. So the guy says he's going to continue holding it and see what happens. That's what he said. I'm going to continue holding it and I'm going to see what happens. So pretty much you're going to hold on to it and hope for it to come back up. Maybe you wake up and it gaps down 30, 40%. You know, that's gambling. That's too much risk. You know, we're in this to make money. Treat it like a business. You know, I have no idea if those Roth IRAs, I know Ross trades a lot with them. Day trades, I honestly couldn't tell you. I don't I don't do the day trading of the Roth IRA. Somebody asked, how much is it the members chat? All right, we'll go over this quickly. Not the YouTube studio. So if you go to my YouTube channel and you click this join button right here, this window will pop up right here. You get a little intro video explaining what all the perks that you get, and you have two options here. You could sign up for the masterclass for $50 a month, or you could just sign up and be a part of the Discord chat room for $20 a month. Dirt cheap, you guys. There's gurus out there charging $100, $200 a month to be a part of their chat room. I'm not here to take your guys' money. $20 a month, you could easily make that on one trade. And what I actually do is I reinvest this money from subscriptions into tools to help us in the community. For an example, I boost up the Discord server to level 3. I share my trade ideas, stock scanners with you guys. I always pull up Flash SEC and go through SEC filings. So if there's a stock and we all want to see if there's direct offerings or registered offerings, instead of manually going through those SEC filings, I can quickly pull up Flash SEC, type in the ticker, and it'll compile and search through it automatically for me. And then I can post screenshots in the chat for everybody to see to help protect us if there's a big iceberg ahead or something like that. This is taking a long time, but usually it's like that. All I gotta do is type it in and it'll pop right up. But I look at Flash SEC, it's not gonna make you money, it's gonna save you money. So if you're the type of person that likes to swing trade, instead of going through all those SEC filings manually, like I said, this Flash SEC thing, it saves you a lot of time. See, now it pulls up all the information here on Jivo. How much cash they have, their burn rate, operating expenses, estimated months left of cash. They have 44 months of cash. They have warrants exercise price. They have 9 million shares active, 2.5 million shares active. So you have 11.5 million shares of warrants that are active. Active shelf registrations. Look at all these registrations right here. So this is what saves you from going after a stock and trying to buy a breakout and you notice there's a big seller up ahead. The company's unloading all of these shares on you. 10.7 million, or actually 8.5 million, 150 million shares at the market offering. So this HC Wainwright, he has 150 million shares he can dump at the market in progress. You see the importance of having this thing? So if you're trying to go long on OCGN, this guy right here is going to ruin it for you. Because he's got 150 million shares and he can dump it at any moment. Boom. So it just goes to show you guys, you know, these tools are out here to help. So I try to do my part, reinvest into some good tools that will help us as a community. And every single day pre-market, I put my watch list out. I go through that Flash SEC and I double check. Is there any big selling? Any big selling? And if there is, I alert it in the chat. I say, hey guys, watch out. For example, SNPR, for an example, has $100 million worth or 100 million shares of offerings they could dump at any moment. Just be careful. Stuff like that. All right, guys. That's going to wrap it up for this. It's already 10 p.m. I'll see you guys in the Monday chat. Again, if you're new, send Mr. Wolf a message.